Howdy, guys. It's Michael B. And I did not expect to be here tonight. I actually did a video earlier. I finally finished my video on my PXN V9 Gen 2 racing wheel that actually broke. I was working on it all Sunday, but I stuck with it and managed to kind of put it together and make it work. So I finished that video and I was like, all right, resting the night off. I'm going to go play with my new pinball machine. But of course, that doesn't happen. I get an email from our good friend Jamie Logan to let me know that the Arcade1Up 2025 cabs have already gone up on the Walmart website. And, we had seen some looks at what these would be like in the last little while. I'm sure a lot of you remember this video that came out a little while ago. Let's see if I can find it here now. And I'll share that with you guys. So you guys may remember this fabled video of the guys playing the Mortal Kombat 2 cab. And this is what we were waiting on, the new classic cabs. We'd like to report a fatality. It's the company that's going to be fatalitized. Anyways, guys, there was another video from their... there's another video from their TikTok, which was much better, which had the really interesting looking guys. So, apparently these cabs have gone live up on Walmart. I won't leave you in suspense. Let's take a look at them and share what they are. And we'll start with the one we already knew about. So first up, I want to share with you guys now, this is the Arcade1Up Mortal Kombat Classic SE arcade machine, 4-foot cabinet, 13 classic video games, a 15.6-inch IPS display, easy assembly, perfect for home gaming. So we'll go over it a little bit and kind of break this down, but you can see the price point is $299. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger if I can. 13 classic games, and you'll notice that the one game that isn't included is in fact Tubin, and that's because of the 16:9 screen. Thankfully, Paperboy is still there. There's not much view more information. It's 4 feet tall, 15.6 IPS color monitor, dual speakers for crisp arcade sound, Wi-Fi leaderboards to challenge the world, take them all down. Real feel, meaning crappy, joysticks and buttons. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never really had as much of a problem with the buttons and sticks as everybody else, so I don't really have a big issue there, but it looks like, let's go down to 100%. I know P-dubs will get angry, but there's the cab. Let's take a look at some pictures here now. So there's the cab itself. Can I make this bigger? No, it's not doing it. There we go. So there's the cab itself, guys, and as you can see, there's the 16.9 display area we talked about. So I don't know how big the screens are. I think it's probably a 19-inch 16:9 IPS monitor, and then the display area, which they're showing, the 4:3 area, is 15.6 inches. We originally thought it was possibly going to be a 17-inch 16:9 monitor and a 13.89 display area, but they're confirming that it's 15.6. So there's some more information. There's some pictures here. We can see 13 iconic arcade games, 15.6 IPS screen. I really hope they mean that's the display area and not the 16:9 screen. So, wow. A couple other images. Here's your games list, everything that's included. Like I mentioned, Tubin's not included. They show the guy here playing without a riser, but as you can see, this is in fact a Slim Katie as well, because if you look at the extension for the riser, you will notice that little lip there like the NBA Jam had. So very much, this is in fact the NBA Jam Slim Katie Mortal Kombat style. So, I mean, you guys know how I felt about that. I was already disappointed they were moving in that direction. It seems they are continuing with those efforts. As you can see here, this Mortal Kombat will sync up nicely with the who should I call it? Let me go down here. 18 inches across. I don't know how that compares to the NBA Jam Slim Katie. Let me actually get that up really quickly. So Arcade1Up, and we'll compare it to the NBA Jam itself. Yeah, this is actually smaller than the NBA Jam. The NBA Jam is, oh no, the 18.4 is there, so it might be a little bit wider, but yeah, unfortunately, this is really small. There's a look at the side of the cabinet, and you can see that absolute gross pixelation. We talked about what they were going to be doing with the cab. I don't get it. I don't know. There's a top-down view of it. I mean, nothing really looks changed. They've, of course, gone back to the old inlaid marquee. The wings are back, not as present as before, but the wings are back. The old-school marquee. There's a look at some people playing it, and this is just, you know, a rendered picture. I'm 100% sure you can find the same picture of them playing NBA Jam. She's, of course, playing Mortal Kombat with just the buttons. You have to assume that she's doing Sub-Zero's Fatality, which does not require the stick, but... And there's the first look at the new boxes. So here's the Arcade1Up Classic boxes. I mean, the boxes look nice. No issue there, but, like, nothing else looks good. I mean, yeah, so this is going to be the new classic cabs at Walmart. I know Coach Jangles the exact same thing. I was thinking this playfield is going to be smaller. Why put a 16:9 screen for games that are 4x3? What in the actual hell is going on over at the company? 100% what's going on at the company is they're trying to save money. The key takeaway from this, there's a box, and there's the 3 units coming out, as well as the new Arcade1Up Classic SE riser that we've been talking about. As you can see, this does not infringe on G.I. Joe's design like we originally thought. It's a brand new design with a little foot pedal there, so you can stop your cab from shaking, considering it's going to be so small. But let me get this off the screen. Pretty box, cab. I agree, Bill. I agree 100%. So, yeah, going back to this image, I'll bring it back up on screen. We know the price point is going to be $299. So, I think Arcade1Up's goal here was keep costs down, and especially with, potential tariffs on the horizon, maybe that was the idea. It's also harder and harder to find 4x3 aspect ratio monitors in LCD screens. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm coughing so much in the nighttime. Allergies. But something else I've been told, it's going to be harder and harder to get these screens. Plus, it's incredibly cheaper. $299 is what you're paying, so it's actually a little bit cheaper than what the classic cabs were last year. I think they were a little bit more expensive. They might have been like $315, but they're going back to $299 with the smaller screen. I want to go to the full item details here now, and I'll see if I can make this bigger for you guys. So, oh my God, that's still really, really small, but 13 classic games, 4 feet tall. Where is the dimensions? Because at one point, here we go, 19 labs. 19 labs is the assembled product weight, so it's going to be a lot lighter than what we're used to. So, yeah, interesting. So, guys, that is Mortal Kombat. And, yeah, it's, what we thought it was going to be. So, it's a bummer, man. It's an absolute bummer. Do you take a look at these pictures again? So we'll move on there now. And of course, we've also got a Miss Pac-Man variant that we knew was coming. But yeah, there it is. So 13 games included. Let's go through the pictures here. That's probably the easiest way to do this. So first up, we've got the Miss Pac-Man. I'll see if I can make it a little bit bigger for you guys. So there's the Miss Pac-Man, how it's going to look. As you can see, they've also added the pixelization here as well. $2, $2.99 super chat from my buddy Kevin Clausen. Did you say $2.99? That's still overpriced. No, $299, Kevin Clausen. $299. As you can also see with these cabs, they've also kind of cheaped out. Hey, thank you very much, Dark Realm GM. Yeah, Kevin, as you can see, they've also cheaped out. They're all going with a black T-molding now, no more varying the T-molding color. Everything is black. I guess to accentuate these horrible pixels and the pixelization they're doing on the classic cabs on the bottom. And then you can see the 16:9 screen, how it's going to look in the vertical cab. So with this, you'll notice this is also dropped down to 13 games. And what they've done here is I think they've taken out the horizontal games because much like what two of them would have looked like on a 16:9 monitor across, we're getting the same here for Miss Pac-Man. Just like with those horrible countercades with the 16:9 screens, they're adding their own graphics up top and up bottom, and the playable area will remain, I guess, the same thing. Is that Miss Pac-Man not centered? Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, man. So they have gone with 16:9 screens, and now they've, put the picture in the middle. So there you go. Yes, P-Dubs, that's why I just bought a new pinball machine. The game goes off the screen. So, anyways, Miss Pac-Man's back. Again, you're going back to the classic wing with the inlaid bezel, the old bezel style, marquee style, sorry. The bezel is super interesting because the screen would be in this area usually, but they have extra blue on the side because it's a smaller screen overall. Kevin Clausen, I do not disagree with you. This is awful. So let's take a look at some more pictures. There's your games. So you're getting Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man. Oh, I gotta take that off there. Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man Plus, Super Pac-Man, Pac-Mania, Pac-and-Pal, Dig Dug 2, Galaga, Mappy, Galaxian, Rompers, Galaga 88, and Tower of Druaga. Yeah, I same one made the exact same comment earlier, Hayden. It might have been you. I completely agree with you. Oh man, I love it. I absolutely love it. I right before this, before I got that message from Jamie, I got the triple skill shot where you shoot it up the mouth of the Tyrannosaurus first, up that ramp. Then you do the spinning ramp around, and then you put it all the way back and go up the helicopter ramp. So, yeah, really cool. Stringer Film says he's selling shit in a box for $1.99 shipped. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Here's your $2. Yeah, I know. Tim D, man, they can't even give us different games. No, they can't. So those are the games included. Again, showing that new riser and the dimensions. This one is 17.35 inches across. That's got to be the most narrow Miss Pac-Man to date. Oh my God. I will share the links. I'll put them in the description to the video afterwards. They're currently up on walmart.com. All you have to do is search Arcade1Up Classic, and they will come up. You got to go down a little bit. So then again, yeah, I see Gamer Fridge, you're here. There's the new riser. It is not an inlay riser like G.I. Joel's. It takes inspiration, but it's more so a Slim Katie inline riser, which is really, really crazy. Yeah, the guy included the amber shooter rod on the cab I got. Like, honestly, it was loaded. I was so happy. Oh, yeah, Mad Ben Han, like, I got to tell you about this. I'll do the video on it. I meant to start filming it tonight. But yeah, like very happy with the upgrades. Oh, check Messenger DM Mike. So I'm going to take this off screen because people don't like when I share this stuff. Oh, 19K Fox just hit me up. We did get a look at the riser on the box, but 19K Fox just hit me up with the riser. Thank you very much, 19K. So let me bring this back up on screen, guys. For you guys wondering about the riser specifically, here's the Arcade1Up Classic SE Special Edition machine. Absolutely no branding. It's just a plain black riser. Here's a look at it. There you can see it on the bottom. Here is the picture of the cabs. Remember all the way back to when Arcade1Up first started, and they used to show this image of what an Arcade1Up cab would look like. It's got Deluxe, or no, Classic SE on the front, but there's a look at the riser. Two more pictures. There's the front on view, and here's the box. So that's the actual riser. that we're going to be getting with Arcade1Up going forward. Yeah, 19K Fox is good people, man. Good effing people. Oh, where is it? Yeah, 100% Mark James. That's what I don't understand. Just cover that part of the screen. That's actually what Iconic Arcade did with their prototype Double Dragon cab they showed off at Arc World Tour this past weekend. Correct way to do it. It's also how Quarter Arcade hides their 16:9 screens they put in their cabinets. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't understand why Arcade1Up can't. Maybe they're worried about the plexi heating up. I have no idea. That 19K Fox, he's good people, guys. Good people. So anyways, that is the riser. Thank you very much, 19K Fox, for sharing that. This is the box for Miss Pac-Man. Again, pretty box. Like, you know, it looks pretty good. That's the one thing they've managed to make look good here. This is probably the nicest looking box they've ever put out. But my God, this cab is horrible. I mean, like, who are we kidding? No one's going to buy the SE cabs anyways, or the classic. Ugh. Well, that's what we're supposed to do, man. We're supposed to be here to lift each other up and support each other. Hopefully one day we can all get there. We can all agree and get along. Yeah, Thor KC, I like the box as well. I'll give credit where credit's due. Good job on the box. I mean, it's just this new slim designed Pac-Man cab. There's one thing Pac-Man's not supposed to be: slim. So anyways, last but not least, there's only 3 cabs that are coming out in the classic style this year. Like you guys remember last year, maybe it was it was the year before. What am I talking about last year? Maybe it was last year. They did a big Buck Hunter smaller arcade. I think that was the year before. Yeah, Hungry Wolf Guru. We're in the same boat, and I'll actually double down on that in a minute. This is something I talked about on a show last week, so you gotta be excited for something, right? Well, I don't actually think that these are going to be in store at Walmart. I got a feeling these will be online. You got to remember how much space these take up. So, anyways, this is the Pac-Man cab. So let's go through the pictures. Like I originally mentioned, I mean, this is essentially the same art that's on the side of the Pixel Bash cab. So there you go. And of course, the Pac-Man is super off-centered because the cab is so slim. They can't put it in the middle, and it's way smaller than it should be. They've never been able to get that right with Pac-Man. There's the cab itself. Let's take a look at the screen. So for this one, like Miss Pac-Man, they put a pixelated image up here or an image above. Then they put this image down below, and the actual gameplay is going to be on the middle of the screen, the portion that's actually going to be the correct aspect ratio. I think maybe they can do an option to extend this so it'll be a lot like what the At Games Legends Ultimate Mini was. You remember they had a 19-inch screen, and you know, you could extend it. This is basically the same thing as the At Games Legends Ultimate Mini. So if you're happy playing on that device with the 16:9 screen, that's basically what Arcade1Up have gone with now. It looks like, I'm thinking, a 19-inch IPS LCD monitor is what they're now putting in their cabs. So here's the games list, and a lot of people will be upset about this because one of the games that was actually on the Pac-Man cabs that was kind of like a really nice treat was Rolling Thunder. Such a weird, different game compared to this. I mean, if you look at this game lineup, you were getting really close to Miss Pac-Man at this point. King of Balloon, Rompers was always there, but everything else is on the Miss Pac-Man cab. Literally everything else is on the Miss Pac-Man cab except for Pac-Man. So, yeah. Can they make that joystick shaft any longer? I don't know. I don't know. But again, black trim on these cabinets. Nothing special. In the past, Miss Pac-Man had pink. Pac-Man had red. And Mortal Kombat. Did Mortal Kombat just usually had black trim, I do believe. So, yeah. Oh, you're not getting a Cyrus Puff piece. What's his name? J-Lo, John Long, is currently doing something for Shop Talk. They did the exact same thing when we were in Chicago for the Pinball Expo, where he's going to brag about how good a job Arcade1Up does with their marketing and, listening to their crowd, I guess. Dear God. It's your fault, Jamie. I was playing pinball, man. Why'd you rate me? Yeah, B Kirby has this right. Like, I want to go through this, and I'm going to come back to B Kirby's point here. But again, we're looking at the exact same dimensions as the Miss Pac-Man cab. So this is going to be Pac-Man Slim is basically what we're getting here. Same screen dimensions again, 15.6 inch IPS screen. I do want to look at this. I might be mistaken here. I keep saying that these cabs have a 15.6 inch playable area. I really hope this is not a 15.6 inch 15.6 inch 16 by 9 screen, because that's really, really friggin' small. We know, Darren, we know you were long gone before any of this happened. This is a company with less money trying to make it work, I guess. I guess that's what we need confirmation on. The thing that concerns me about this is they don't mention the size of the screen. Like, I assumed they were mentioning the playable area. Let me go back to this screen here. Could they be mentioning the could they be mentioning the whole 16 by 9 screen is only 15.6 inches? Like, at 17 inches, the playable area is only 13.89 inches. So if this is a 15 by 6, 16 by 9 screen, holy shit, man, think about it. Your playable area in 4 by 3 is smaller than playing Bad Dudes or Joe and Mac on the Bad Dudes or Joe and Mac on the Burger Time cab, and that was 13 inches. So, holy shit. I think that's the whole screen. I know, Nicholas, like, dear God, thank God we're pinball people now, right? Yeah, it's a laptop mount. I don't know what to say. This is worse than I originally thought. That's all I got to say about it. Like, yeah, totally. This is indefensible. Like, I mean, there's a million things you could have done here with this screen. I mean, you could have gone with a bigger screen, hid the portion that wasn't necessary with bezel. They didn't do any of it. So I don't know how big this is going to be. There's no way. No way. No way. There's no way that's a 16-inch screen. Like, holy shit. See, common ground. One day we'll all come back together. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I'm not in a rush to offset any of my cabs for this stuff. I'll tell you that. Anyways, back to the Pac-Man. There's your side image of the Pac-Man Slimcade. There's your top-down, awfully dark and black. Here's a picture of a girl playing it, and look how slim that looks. It just looks wrong. Like, I feel like we're back in the days of the shark fin design. Like, this just doesn't look right. Oh my God. Does the live chat have sand in their vag? This is awesome stuff. They used a counter-K design for the 3/4 scale. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, James. Yeah, this is ugly, man. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Obviously, the focus is on saving money, I would assume, less material. Again, good news. The boxes look good, like really super nice. If these are going to be in store, which I saw Neo Severa say earlier, at least they did a really, really good job with the box art. This is eye-catching. People will see this going by. So, kudos to Arcade1Up. The box art is really good. I know, Nicholas. That's why they've got the new riser. I don't know if you were here for the riser picture. If you were here for the riser picture or not, but let me bring this up. So they've got a new classic SE rider, which is a seamless riser. And here's a picture of it in action. As you can see, it has the lip. So all the things I was concerned about when I first saw the NBA Jam cab are coming true. Here it is. There's your riser, but it has the NBA Jam Casino-cade stand-on lip, and that's what we're looking at for all new cabs going forward. Gallagher guy, I'm going to move this up and everything here. Thank you very much. Oh, nope. Got some stuff going on that's not right. Browser. See if I can find this here to move it up. Browser. Nope. It does not want to play ball with me. There we go. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat, man. That was crazy. You didn't have to do that, brother. 1UP is officially dead. Smaller screen. Back all the way to shark fin. Terrible art. Do not listen to the community. Trying to appease a younger crowd who doesn't care about this stuff. It's sad. I agree. It's horrible. All right. Thank you very much, Gallagher guy. Really appreciate that, man. You're a good dude. So this is the box, and here's a picture of a dude playing it. Like, even this angle, like, I mean, look how small this looks. Jeez Louise. Again, back to the shark fins. Back to the old marquees that weren't great. Yeah, Chaotic, that's pretty much what we've all been saying. The box art is the only thing that's remotely good. That's the only thing you can give credit on here. Glorified Partycade. What the hell happened to this company, Michael B? I don't know what to say, Eternia. I mean, it's brutal. It's brutal. They took our arcade machines. Sad day in home arcade. The once mighty has fallen. I feel bad for the dude playing it. The good news is, and I'm going to try to take some positives out of this. So the good news with these cabs, they're just the Walmart cabs. So there's still a shred of hope. Oh, yeah, Cammy, I'm pretty much out of room too. So I had no intention of buying anything new unless it was really cool. So yeah, I'm with you on that. GG, hi Mike B and everyone tonight. GG, thanks for joining. Yes, whoever did the box art, get him to make the cab. At least he knows what he's doing. That looks better than the pixelized shit like side art. Anyways, I do want to, just say not all hope is lost. You got to remember, these are what Arcade1Up previously called the peasant-cades. So these are their Walmart cheap jobbies, $2.99. So my hope is that this design with the new, slim form factor, with the 16:9 screen, is just for the classic SE brand, just for the peasant-cade at Walmart, and there's more coming. There's going to be more deluxes, new games. We can still hold out hope for that. The concern, like I've had when this two things really came up, the invention of the Slimcade and the switch to 16:9 screens, was I can't see any possible way I would buy another Arcade1Up with either of those changes. I'm not interested in smaller arcades. I'm not interested in an arcade with a 16:9 screen. That's an arcade recreation. So hopefully, the one clear thing is these are just the classic cabs. We don't know what their normal deluxe, 3/4 scale cabs are going to look like, the ones with the risers. And we don't know what the XL cabs, if there are any more XL cabs, or at least one coming to club stores this year, will look like. So that's the one positive takeaway. Now, someone said to me, yeah, I can't see myself buying those. I've already covered this, but I want to show you this really quickly, just in case you haven't seen it. Just one second. I really got to take a lozenge before I do these. So I wanted to show you guys this, show back on screen. So here is Arcade1Up in Canada, and I was making fun of this a couple days ago. We finally got new cabs here. So we got the Golden Tee 3D Golf Deluxe, finally available in Canada. And if you go down here, we finally have the Slim Katie. But there's something I want to show you guys that is troubling to me. Like, when these cabs, the deluxes, first came out, they hit Canada at a price point of $5.99. They were $649. We had a slight increase because of the Canadian dollar. They've jumped all the way up now to $750 for your standard deluxe cab. So for me personally, I'm priced out. I mean, really $600 and $650 for your basic bitch Arcade1Ups, like these deluxe cabs that are the titles that have come out hundreds of times before. Not anything special like a Time Crisis, not anything special like a game with new controls or one they did really good job with. I mean, I would pay $750 for something special, but not your basic cab. Like, I'm not interested in doing that. So me personally, I mean, I didn't have any plans on buying any anyways, but seeing these new ones and what they truly look like with the new, Slimcade design and Slimcade riser, just, man, bullshit. I saw my buddy here, Mike of all trades, which I have to acknowledge from now on when Mike comes in. P-Dubs tells me I have to acknowledge you, Mike. Good to see you. James, you failed us, man. You made the hat. You told us the mission statement, make Arcade1Up great again. If I can remember correctly, since you came on the scene, they've gone the opposite direction. It's been horrible. It's not your fault. Thank you very much for the super chat, brother. Yeah, so... Oh, here we go. PSX Pirate, someone needs to make flat packs to custom build. Yeah, there's a lot of people talking about that. I know that G.I. Joel has been talking about something along those lines. I think Retro Lizard was talking about something along those lines. Maybe Buy Stuff's cooking something up. I would love to see something like that. And thank you very much for the super chat. Yeah, they're kind of cute for something aimed at Gen Z kids who are into retro. Yeah, 100%, Mike. 100%. Like, I did just briefly want to talk about this. So we're looking at this and we're like, oh my God, this is the worst. Like, what is Arcade1Up thinking here? But here's the reality of it. They have got nothing but flack from us, from the community, based on their rehashes year over year over year. So I think in their mind, they were like, you know what? We've gone to the well too many times with these people anyways. I think they know we're not going to buy the classic cabs. I think they know we're not going to, get new versions of these titles. Well, that is, unless they do a Miss Pac-Man or a Mortal Kombat in XL. So I think they're just going for broke. We'll make them as cheap as possible, sell them to the masses. We've already, got everything we can without new titles and new games from the big fan base. So let's just keep going in this direction. And we've made countless videos on Arcade1Up. They're not paying attention to us. They're not paying attention to the hardcore fans. They want to be a mass market company. Will these sell? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe they'll do really well. I mean, it's just hard for me. Like, I guess a kid going through Walmart, like, come on, there you go. So a kid going through Walmart that sees this box on the shelf, I mean, the box looks cool. So they'd be excited about that. They wouldn't know maybe what kind of screen is supposed to be in Mortal Kombat. It's an arcade for $300 that, at that price point, it's more of, it's still a lot of money, especially in this economy, but it's more of an impulse purchase. So maybe they could jump on it and yeah, they wouldn't know. They wouldn't care. I mean, anybody like us, obviously we're not going to buy it, but my God. Yeah, Jason S says, I think $2.99 they would sell. Yeah, 100%. Such a cool box. It is. That's the sad thing. Oh, wow. They lost Raw Thrills, too. No, I didn't watch their video from Shop Talk. I don't have any interest in listening to... I want to follow the news on Arcade1Up, of course, because it's a company that I've been so into for years and so passionate about. But, like, I can't watch that stuff. I can't watch this bullshit about people bragging about their stuff. I'll tell you something personal about me. I don't like writing resumes because I find it very hard to promote myself. Like I've always struggled with that as something that's a problem with me. So I find it also very hard when somebody else is promoting themselves, especially if I disagree. So I didn't watch the Shop Talk one. I'll see if I can get the Cliff Notes, but they don't even have Raw Thrills anymore. Jesus. I think their focus. I'd love to know their focus, but I would assume it's got to be just on Incredible Technologies, Midway, and Bandai Namco. So that's got to be it. Yeah, see, this is the thing, man. Like, I guess that's the best transition point here. Thankfully, well, we don't know about that yet. The 25% tariff, we've got to figure out how that impacts. So I know, and it doesn't impact consumers unless we order directly from the US. How that works is, for example, with the pinball machines are part of a tariff that Justin Trudeau implemented and the Canadian government implemented for importing video game consoles and specifically coin operated tables from the US. So the way it works is we have distributors here like Nitro Pinball, Player One Amusements. When they order their new tables, now that this tariff is in effect, like say for example, Evil Dead from Spooky Pinball, they get hit with a 25% tariff on their purchase. So what they in turn have to do is turn around and charge us with the 25. Now, if I ordered directly from a distributor in the US, I think I would be hit with it as well. We don't know 100% about Arcade1Up. I'm a little bit worried about Glenn's Build-A-Cade FU because that does have a coin door. So that's technically like a parlor, coin-operated parlor toy, even if it's not real. I don't know how it works. This is all so confusing to me. About $150 worth of hardware than these arcades make. They are made from MDF, medium density fiber, virtually cardboard. How can they justify that price tag? A lot of it's the licensing. A lot of it's the whole sales and overhead. Like I've always seen this comment, and I don't disagree with you. I mean, it's cheap shit, but we also forget that companies don't just run on the product. There has to be overhead so the company can run, so they can do marketing, so they can do licensing. All that things gets put into it. So when you do a budget, you can't just budget it based on the parts. The question is for you as a consumer, your quality statement. Are you willing to pay more for what they're offering because it has the likeness of these games, has specific licenses, and if you don't want to pay more, your option is to go buy basically a multicade that doesn't have a lot of these costs built in. It's still going to have overhead for the person running the company, how much his overhead is, and all that stuff. It's all stupid. Yeah, that's an option that should be in there. Where these are made in with Arcade1Up, where these are made in China, or I think it's actually Hong Kong. These are made in. Where these are made in China, or I can't remember exactly. I'd have to look it up. Where it comes in, I don't think we get hit with that because it's the place at which the last transformation took place. So MG says, ain't 150 in there either. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Looks like there is zero licensing at Arcade1Up anymore. Yeah, this is all sad times, man. Like, the good thing is, we have other companies on the horizon for people who want these products. Hopefully in the next little while, we'll get some announcements on Basic Fun, see what they're doing. Iconic Arcade, hopefully whatever's going on with them, they get that worked out and they can still make these products because honestly, Arcade1Up looks to be going in a direction. I made a video saying I can't follow you. I think a lot of us feel that way. Like with these changes, like the slimmer design, the really small 16 by 9 monitors, this is not a company we probably want to support anymore, buy their products. Like even if they came out tomorrow with like a Robotron, are you going to buy a Robotron in a slim design cabinet with a 16 by 9 monitor that has like a 11 and a half inch display area for 4x3? I don't think so. I wouldn't. I know that. Especially at the price point it's going to be here in Canada, $750. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So anyways, guys, that's kind of what I wanted to go over tonight. I mean, yeah, these cabs that we've seen the videos of, that we've been speculating on, we know they're real. We know how much they cost. And, a lot of our worst fears over the course of the last year, we can confirm they are going with a slim cabinet design. And I mean, just look at this side view here. I'm sorry to belabor this, but come on, there you go. I mean, look at this profile. That is the NBA Jam Slimcade. That is essentially what that is. Like, that is awful looking. And then if you look at the Miss Pac-Man design, I mean, that doesn't look right. Yeah, here's a picture of the guy playing it just like the Pac-Man. I mean, that looks like shit. Who wants to buy that? I don't know who they've got running their stuff over there. I mean, what are some other positives we could possibly give them on this? One is they've got a step stool now. Some of these cabs always wobbled. The deluxe cabs without the risers, at least you can step on the front. Positives for other people that, we're Arcade1Up fans and don't want to buy these anymore. Switch 2 announcement coming next week. We've got a Nintendo Switch Direct tomorrow, so there's going to be more stuff for us to buy, and there's lots of other cool shit on the way, but yeah, this is just disappointing. That's the best way to say it. A lot of our fears about this company and what they're doing have been confirmed, and you thought for a while they couldn't get worse than not having new licenses, but now they managed to figure out a way to make it even less exciting, because now on top of them not having new licenses, the cabs are much worse than they previously were before. So yeah, there's a new Nintendo Direct tomorrow, MG, focused on current hardware, games for current hardware. The Switch 2 Direct is April 2nd. So we're getting a Switch Direct tomorrow and the Switch 2 Direct April 2nd. So there you go. I am waiting every day, Hayden, trying to get some information. I would love to see something, an image. Right now we have hope, but we really got to see what the product. Yeah, tomorrow's just Switch 1 news. I'm going to be that son of a bitch that everybody gets mad at. Every single direct, I'm like, come on, come on, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker news, let's go. It's not going to happen, but I'll always hope for it. Yeah, I just want to see a picture of Basic Fun to know what we're dealing with. I want Iconic Arcade to fix their shit on their website and, provide the updates on what's going on with the cab. So that's where we're to right now in the home arcade scene. If you're a multi-K guy, of course, we got some more positive news. Glenn's Kickstarter is going to be going up soon for the Build-A-Cade FU. So that's exciting. And of course, At Games put in an announcement. Their Legends Ultimate 4KP is going to be coming out in a little while. So that's some news too. Focus on the positive. Try not to think so much about the negative. But yeah, bummer. Sorry to be so negative, guys. But yeah, saw this tonight and just had to talk about it a little bit. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. It's 1 o'clock now, so I'm going to bail. I'm going to try to get a couple more games of pinball in. And I'm sure we'll see you guys in the very near future. Maybe I'll make a video tomorrow because I do want to talk about what happens to that Switch Direct. And Glenn dropped some interesting news today about a monitor, display monitor for New Wave Toys, Dragon's Lair. I find that interesting, so we'll see. Anyways, maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, Friday. Hopefully I'll have a video up about my newest pinball pickup, and then we'll see you on Super Game Room Dudes. Anyways, have a great night, everybody. This is Michael B. the Game Genie. I'll talk to you next time.